It says I'm live. I'm going to put the links. Y'all can come up. Hello to everybody. It says I'm live. I'm going to put the links. Y'all can come up. Hello to everybody. It says, didn't have that muted, did I? Now it's pinned to the top. Am I all set? Hello, Sandra, Francis, Darlene, Linda, Jean, Joanna, Carrie. Now y'all come up. Melinda. Well, Francis is coming. There's Francis. Terry was across the room eating. Show him how you're eating, Terry. Make your racket. Do you hear him? About the time I told him I'm going to go live,
he's scraping that bowl. He must have been really hungry.
We're just now finishing supper, and it wasn't much, but just now it's getting done. I hate this time. We don't get started with supper till late. So
I know.
hello, Sandra and Kathy and Carrie.
Hello, ladies.
I see Gladys. Hello, Gladys and Katie and Carol. Are y'all as tired as I am? I'm tired.
Yes, I am.
I've been working today in my apartment. I gotta be very careful now.
I think so.
What happened, Carrie? Something going on that I don't know about?
Yeah, I pulled my back out again.
Oh, no.
That's not good. Did you fall down? Did you
No,
fall?
I just gotta turn the other way and then it goes.
That's not good.
No.
Not good at all. Hello, Karen. Let's see, it's Karen's birthday today, and happy birthday, Karen.
Happy birthday.
Is it Karen's birthday today?
I think so. I think I'm right on that.
I say she'll have to say yes or no, huh?
And tomorrow I'm gonna go get myself a new computer desk to put together for my sewing machine.
And
oh, wow. That'd be nice.
Instead of using my dinner table, my tray.
Multi-purpose. My dining room or eating table is multi-purpose, but mainly it's I sew on it, but I hadn't even sewed lately. This down here, nothing's moved.
yes, happy birthday, Karen.
Happy birthday, Karen.
Yep. I wrote it down this time.
Hello, Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte. And Charlotte's asking, how is John?
How did Charlotte find out? I had only told Lisa because I got home to a surprise last night and had a little gift sent to me. But John is better. He fell again, y'all. He fell once. He took about 3 steps and he fell again. And when he fell again, I don't know what happened, but blood was pouring out of his nose, and he thought he had broke his elbow, but he just did not a compound. It's called something else, but it's not broke.
Okay.
And he fractured his eye socket.
Oh no.
Check this out.
That's a bad fall. Ugh. I don't want to look.
He fractured his eye socket. His glasses, somehow or another, he went down so hard on his glasses, it fractured his socket.
Yeah. And those fractures, they can't do anything to except for time will heal.
No, he's got to make another appointment with the ophthalmologist to check it out, make sure everything's healing okay. They told us what to look out for, but this happened yesterday morning at like 4:30 in the morning. And we ended up getting to the VA hospital, and we were there. We got home about 8 o'clock last night.
Okay.
And I had a little goodie bag waiting for me.
Oh,
And Miss Rita, you know all about it.
It's not from me. It was from me
No,
through
no.
somebody. Well, whatever how I say that, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure she won't mind if I say it was from Lisa. And I got some nice material. And I got.
Well, I'm going to make you big.
Okay. I got a t-shirt, Quilting with My Peeps. I got this piece of material. I got this piece of material. I got this piece of material. And this piece.
Okay.
And I also got a spinner, the one with the sewing machine. Let me get it and show
Sewing
you.
machine. Hey, Bucket. I started to go to bed. I'm tired.
I got the one with the sewing machine.
I think those are pretty. I
I
like
do
those.
too.
yeah.
You might open it up just a little more. That's just up to you, but you might open it
Okay.
up a little more. But
All right. I'll try that. But Trevor was here this morning and he got a kick out of this thing. He just couldn't believe it. He hung it on the ceiling fan in the living room, thought maybe the ceiling fan would make it go around and around.
I sold one today. The mail lady was coming up the road and she stopped and I had some stuff in the mailbox for her, but she stopped and came in the little quilt house and she said, I see them spinners in the window. I want to buy one of them. So I sold her one of those.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's nice.
You never know where a customer comes from.
You never know.
I sent Lisa a nice little thing, a letter, and it really surprised me. I was had such a bad day, but I came home to such a nice gift.
Hello, Marla, driving to Walmart.
Yeah. Have a fun, safe trip to Walmart, Marla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, except my Walmart doesn't open till tomorrow.
I have an hour drive to get to one.
Oh, wow.
That's
because up here everything's closed for Good Friday.
Oh.
Well, that's a good thing.
Sandra, you're more out in the boonies than I am. So.
Yeah. It's like I can go 72 miles one way, 60 miles the other way, and 42 the other way. But by the time you get through all the intersections on the 42, you might as well win the 60-mile away one. Because traffic is terrible on the shortest route. And then the other one's 63 miles. I have them everywhere but here.
Here, huh?
Yeah.
Do you have a dollar store and that type of stuff? Do you have those? No. You don't even have a Dollar General? You don't even have a Dollar General?
There's a Dollar General on every corner around my house.
Around here, too. Yeah.
They wanted to put one in, and they was trying to buy the land, and the guy thinks that his land is worth $1 million.
Turn the computer.
They offered him triple what he paid for the land, and he's not going for it.
Well, and if they want it, they'll give him what he wants.
And
if they want it.
Well, you think they could just go on to the next location?
So they're going to try another piece of land. There's another piece on that would be closer to mine, but they try to keep them near the grocery stores.
Okay.
And so it's more convenient rather than out of the way.
I'd be just like him, though. I'd want more than what it was worth, too. So if I was going to sell any land, but
Well, this guy has got so many violations against him with the city. He's putting stuff up in the on the roads and whatnot when he's not supposed to. But he just this guy just wants to take advantage of everybody.
Hmm.
And I wish he wouldn't, so we could have got one.
Yeah.
And see, the other guy, when he started selling his land up along the interstate, like when our Chevron / McDonald's went in, he won't sell the land to them. He'll lease the land. That way he has money coming in for the rest of their lives.
Okay.
And they pay by the burger and the gallon of gas.
Oh my.
Gallons of gas that are sold. That's how he gets paid.
Okay. Huh.
So the more gas and burgers get sold, the more money he makes.
Nice. Yeah.
And then he put in a motel. And then when our Circle K went in, they would not build unless they bought the land. They wasn't going for that.
Mm-hmm.
I build on your land and then I pay you by gallons of gas. It's like, no, he wasn't going with that. But I never sewed a thing today.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I've been rearranging, trying to get rid of stuff.
I've been hemming pants. I got 2 more to go.
Well, I spent part of the day looking for this giant pill bottle that I have that I'm putting old rotary blades in them because they're never old as far as I'm concerned because I use them to cut cardboard, scrapbooking, insulation, whatever I need. I'm not going to take one of my brand new ones and cut a pair of jeans.
Mm-hmm.
And I found the lid to the pill bottle because I have to keep things safe because I have great-granddaughter that goes through everything. And I've looked all day today, every place I could think of. Just before we come on live, I opened the drawer, there it was.
Oh, and you probably looked in there half a dozen times already, probably.
Well, I've rearranged. I took and cleaned the 2 drawers, but I didn't clean the 3rd drawer.
Okay.
I should have started at the top and went down, not from the bottom and go up. But I got this 3-drawer thing, and I have another 3-drawer out in the other room where my sewing machine used to be. So it's clean. 2 of those drawers are now got Alani toys for the grandkids.
Okay.
But I just couldn't believe it. I looked everywhere. And then it's like, come back in here and go, there it is. But I got more charm packs than what I ever want. So I might have to have a giveaway of miscellaneous charm packs just to get rid of them.
Do you have any customers today, Rita?
No, just the mail lady that I wasn't expecting. But I tell you, I was quilting on that big quilt, so it actually worked out better for me because I wanted to get that thing done.
Yeah,
and
I'll blame you.
So it kind of, and I finished it just a little bit after 4. I finished it, so it worked out pretty good after all.
Then you had to go milk the cow.
I come home, put my feet up for a little while, and then milked the cow, and then made supper. So
Made supper.
well, supper wasn't much, but we had something to eat.
We just had hamburger helper.
I took some turkey spaghetti sauce out, and we had spaghetti.
Oh, I made a stew yesterday. So when I was done with the stew, I put it in 6 bowls, and that's what I eat now till they're gone.
There you go.
And I told myself when I found that pill bottle, I would go get gas and mow my lawn. Well, I'm not going now to get my gas. My neighbor's mowing. Everybody, thank you for your prayers. Say thank you for your prayers, everybody.
And
Mom had to put me on the
I'll quilt for people, but I don't want to make a full-time job out of it. I'll do a few, but I don't want to do it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's hard to make a decision of what to do on somebody else's quilt.
Mm-hmm.
especially when they don't tell you any idea.
Mm-hmm. And these had a few issues, so but you know how some of the more older quilts do. They had some. I just had to do the best I could with.
Yeah, that's where you have to just finger it in, let it lay, and quilt over it.
Yeah, that's all I could do. Mm-hmm.
And do you have that one cup-looking spoon foot?
Yeah, yes, I have to use the little cup. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't have that yet,
Oh.
but I only quilt mainly for myself. But the one gal, her backing is only a lap size quilt, and she had, I think, 30 some pieces, all different directions of the flannel was her backing.
Hmm.
And I had to go make sure everything was pressed back and forth so I didn't have that bulk hitting the bulk.
But these quilts were really pretty after they were quilted. They turned
Yeah.
out pretty.
It does change them. A person, even though it's
does.
lightly quilted, a person doesn't realize how much the quilting changes it.
It does. They're prettier after they're quilted.
Yeah.
There's the ladies.
And you can put all sorts of oopses in there and no one's ever going to see them.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Kathy.
Yeah. Hello, Kathy.
Hello, Kathy.
Hey,
And Lil, I see you. Lil, I heard you.
Kathy Quilts and Crafts. That Kathy.
I know I'm just being silly.
Thank you
No,
for everybody who prayed for Lil. Her blood work came back as good as gold. No cancer.
Yeah.
That's good. I saw her at the doctor's office.
Yep.
She wasn't happy.
Nope. Because it was
She,
too long.
she was barking at somebody.
She
And
was
you-
working at a lab.
Yeah.
Golden lab. And a miniature pincher.
Yeah.
Oh,
And hello, June Hansen.
Hello, June.
Hello.
But she has to lose 3 pounds.
uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
You'll have to
You've
take her
been
off.
feeding her too much.
Something. Throw the toys a little more or something. Make her run and get them.
Yeah.
Like this one that I have here. I have the back door open, but she still, it's like, I don't want to go out.
Yeah.
Because it's nice enough weather, I can leave the door propped open a little so she can go in and out.
What? See that, Sandra? If I open that door in end of April, May, June, we will have fruit flies in here.
Oh, no.
That's how bad they are.
Huh.
That's why I don't like sitting out on the balcony when I'm on the 7th floor because you get attacked.
How come you have so many fruit flies?
Those called gnats, they hang around.
Oh, those little gnats. Oh, those are terrible. They go in your nose.
They're really bad this year. Really bad.
Yes, they do. When I go for a walk, sometimes they'll go up my nose.
Yeah.
It's awful.
When I'm walking with her, you could see them like 1,000 of them are flying by.
Yeah. Kathy, she's still trying to convince me I'm going to miss Bailey.
It might be a nice mess, though.
Yeah. And it might not happen until May or June. Who knows? Because we're
But
going to have.
you'll have to leave her when you go to Florida, though.
Well, I have Ace also. So Austin, the grandson, says he'll just come live here for that week.
Okay.
He'll stay here and sleep and go to work from here. And that
Hey,
way he
Lisa.
can get them.
Hi, hey everyone. Good night, everyone.
But it's not worth putting a doggy door in because it's not my dog.
No, don't
We
think
have one for our dog. It's
If
big
I-
enough my husband goes through it.
Well, if I had
Oh.
a sliding glass door, Lisa's going to bed. Night, Lisa.
Night. Aren't you scared that if your husband's big enough to go through it, that a different kind of animal will come through it?
Yeah.
Yes, I think about that sometimes. I do.
Well, even I had the medium dog door.
Uh-huh.
Austin, he could crawl through it all the time.
Huh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ours is an extra large.
Yeah.
And
he-
it's in our storm door, and we just keep our back door propped open so he can come in and
Yeah.
out.
See,
Uh-huh.
that's what I did with the front yard. It's in my storm door, so I have to have my front door open for the animals to use it. But I
Yeah.
don't think Bailey's considered a 20-pound dog.
Mhm.
He probably tried to crawl through those holes.
Ours is 60 now. He's lost down from 94
Yeah.
to
Boy.
60 pounds.
Hmm.
You know, he's not going to be around a whole long time
Hmm.
because he's almost 13. And
That's old for a big dog.
yes, and he's coughing real bad, and sometimes he'll spit up blood.
Oh, that ain't
You
good.
know. No, it's not. And we went to the vet, and the vet said he did have a spot on his lung.
Hmm.
But we're just buying him some time right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what my friend's doing with her schnauzers. This might be her last year.
But that's
Yeah,
what
I think it is. I think it is Max's too.
That's what
Well,
I did. But I was just buying time because I can't dig in frozen ground because mine are buried in here at the house.
Yeah.
I get to see her on Tuesday.
They charge so much for if between cremations and burial or disposing of the. It's like I can dig a hole.
Mhm.
I'm telling you.
There's places all over the farm here where where so and so buried and so buried.
Yeah.
A horse, a cow, all kinds of stuff, dogs.
Well, we had ours. Petey, he was cremated, and it cost us like $260 for them to come to the doctor's office and pick him up and bring him to us afterwards.
Mm.
So, well, really, we had 5 of them cremated.
Mm.
We're crazy, I know.
Well, my daughter said if we wanted to do that, she would pay for it for him, but we probably are not going to do that.
I
Yeah.
couldn't see. I didn't have $400,
Yeah.
so it's like I come up with the 80 it cost, but it's like I couldn't come up with the 400.
Yeah.
Well, that was to put him to sleep and everything.
Okay, I was fixing to ask you, did that include the shots
Yeah,
that they give him?
yeah. Especially Petey. I mean, John had the other 4 of the other ones cremated because we didn't know anything about it when our first 2 passed. Because we had 7
Yeah.
boxers.
Yeah, my daddy had a boxer when he was living.
We had 7, and they were all fixed, and they were all AKC. And
Okay.
John just he gets so close to an animal. I told him we just don't need another animal because
I do too normally, but I've tried not to get close to Max, but he
it's
loves
hard.
my husband.
It's hard though.
Oh,
It's hard
goodness.
not to get close to him.
It is. It's very hard. I think when he's gone, I'm going to get me a cat.
That's what I said. A cat can take care of itself.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to go somewhere, you just leave enough food and water out, and she's got the box, and he's got the
Yep.
box, whatever. I don't know.
That's
You don't
what
want
I
a cat
said.
though. And then my son comes, Mama, you gonna get a cat knowing I'm allergic to cats? I said, when did you become allergic to cats? You ain't never been allergic to them. Well, I
Yeah.
am now.
Ramonas are buried in the pet cemetery. It's beautiful there. Pines Pet Cemetery in Ohio.
Aw.
I always tell mine to watch my purple potatoes grow. I dug
Oh, okay.
down. I dug down over 3 feet to make sure they was below the potatoes.
Aw.
Okay.
It's like so they can watch my.
That's why you get so many purple potatoes.
But
I
they,
like purple potatoes too. They're good.
I've never tried them. I've
They-
never
no,
seen
They're
them.
good.
I just had fried purple potatoes and red onion and green pepper the other night.
Sounds
Oh, okay.
good.
Out of the ones I
Uh,
found when I was turning the dirt to put in the steer manure, and of course I always ask the guys, "You guarantee this is all from steers? Not there's no bull in it. There's no."
Yeah.
And they always yes, the bag says it's steer manure and pot and whatever. It's not 100% steer manure. It don't smell like it used to.
Hello, Nancy.
Hello, Nancy.
Hello, Nancy.
Okay.
Hey, Nancy.
Yes, they are good as potato chips too.
Are they?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what Ramona
Yep.
just said.
Well, I've never seen a purple potato here. I really haven't. I mean, if I do, if I ever see them, I'm going to get some and try them.
Hello, Diabolical.
And Darlene says, do they taste different than the others? Just a little tiny bit, but in my opinion,
Not
they have
not
flavor
really.
where the russets have no flavor, as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned
If you
anymore.
if you didn't put salt and pepper and butter and all that other stuff in the potatoes, they'd all be bland.
Yeah,
Yep. You're right.
potatoes just don't have taste anymore.
Uh-huh. I love good fried potatoes with the onion in them. Fry the onion in them.
Oh, yeah.
They're so
That's-
good.
I do of course, the red onions look close to purple, so it looks like a very colorful dish.
Yeah, I bet.
But I'll take every once in a while and I'll slice up a potato and microwave potato chips.
Okay. I don't know as I've done that.
And you just slice them as thin as you can and put them in a little salt water, salt and water, and then just microwave them until they're cooked. And they'll
Okay.
wrinkle and bubble and all sorts of.
Do you put a paper towel on the top or what? How do you do that?
No, I just sit them on the paper towel and on a plate in the microwave.
Oh, okay.
And then my grandson, he goes, and then we dip them in ketchup. Because he says, because I make curly fries mainly out of my purple potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And when I make French fries, I do curly potatoes. And we get at least 2 times we have curly French fries, purple. And my son, he said, I'm not eating them. And he finally ate one the other day, and then he ate the rest. I
I've
said,
had purple potato chips, but they're hard to find.
yeah, they are. Sweet potato chips are hard to find. The purple ones,
Mm-hmm.
anything that's better for us is harder to
Yeah.
find.
I found some sweet potato chips at Aldi.
Yeah, they are good. I've had those from Aldi's.
Yeah. And it's like when I did the Ramona saying, when you make the mashed potatoes with the blue ones, they look a little gray. Yes. Because the ones I got at the grocery store the other day, it made my water the funniest gray-green. I did yellow or the golden, red potatoes, and purple. I boiled them partially to make the butter baked potatoes. And I had the weirdest greenish gray water ever. But my friend had never had a purple potato. And so I put some in with that. But one of them just exploded and wanted to be a mashed potato.
Okay.
Hi, Pat. And Donna's asking about John again.
Oh,
And
he's
that-
doing better. He's doing a lot better. He's just kind of worried about his eye, but his arm's getting better. He's been keeping it kind of up and in his sling.
Well, I can tell you from experience, Francis, that fracture there around the eye, that's
Mhm.
the one. It's going to take at least probably 3 months to heal.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what they
mine.
were saying. It's just, it's like it's got blood pooling down and fluid pulling.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like it's, you could just touch it and it would just jiggle.
And at night when you're sleeping, it's amazing how many times you can hit yourself in the eye.
yeah.
Mhm.
You don't want to. I was almost ready to get a goggles over mine. I kept hitting myself. I'd wake up to more of a black and blue eye every day.
He sleeps a lot. He usually keeps his hands under the cover because he's about to freeze. The only thing sticking out from under the cover is his little head.
Well, that's the way I sleep. But I'd get a hair or an eyelash would drop out, and I'd reach up, and it's like, wow, when did my face get that close to my hand? Because I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
No broken. He's got just a fracture.
Yeah, it's a fracture. I don't know if it's at the top or at the bottom, but they just said it. You know, he's got to follow up with ophthalmologist, which they called him today for an appointment. But I was outside doing, and he didn't have my calendar to see when he could go or when he couldn't go.
And
So,
see, I fractured up in the eyebrow, is where I fractured mine.
that might be where he did. I don't know, but they told him to keep doing with his finger and following, and if one eye doesn't move, then it's locked, then he needs to get to the hospital.
And then putting ice on it was painful too.
Yeah. And his potassium was very low. They gave him 2 bags of potassium.
I like Pat. It's amazing how many times my wife can hit me in the eye at night.
But yeah, I think that his potassium being that low is one thing that has made him be, you know, wobbly and lightheaded. And because I know when mine gets low, I get that way.
And they also say us seniors have to drink more fluids.
Yeah, and they told him to eat more bananas. I said he eats bananas every day. But he's taking potassium pills now. I had a bottle of potassium pills, and so he started taking them.
Yeah, us seniors are supposed to have a glass of water before we even take our first step out of bed.
But then he's not getting the nutrients and the vitamins from his red meat and his pork, you know? So I don't understand why the doctors don't tell him if there's a special vitamin that he needs to take, because he's not getting the nutrients from the pork and the beef.
He needs more proteins.
Yeah, and he don't have, I mean, it's just fish, chicken.
And I can tell how much Francis loves that.
Oh, yes.
That chicken was getting pretty wicked word there.
What happens to
She
him?
made it sound delicious, didn't she? Chicken, fish.
What happens when he eats the pork and the beef?
Well, I'll tell you this much. About 5 days ago, he ate a quarter of a piece of whole bacon, a little piece like that.
Yeah.
And yesterday, it hit him all at one time.
Yeah.
Diarrhea. And he hasn't been having it.
Oh, okay.
I said, if I see you touch another piece of bacon, I'm going to smack you.
Yeah.
And
I keep that all the time anyway.
That, Francis.
Yeah. Huh?
You
I
keep
keep that all the
sacrificing.
time
Eat
anyway.
that bacon.
Yeah.
Eat that bacon for him. Don't let him. Just say, look.
Oh, I know. When I cook it, I say, no, you can't have it.
Have
I
you
usually
tried the
cook enough.
turkey?
Huh?
Have you tried the turkey bacon?
He don't like it. It's so tough. Like, he don't have his top teeth now because we've been going to the dentist. And
Oh,
he's had all his top teeth pulled.
And have
And
you
he
tried
hasn't.
the turkey sausage? Is not bad. Have you
Oh,
tried it?
yeah. He likes the turkey sausage. I got a couple of big boxes of that from Sam's.
the turkey sausage with cranberry sauce on top in a sandwich is delicious.
Is it?
Yeah, I put the cranberry just on the sausage. It was first introduced to me as a sandwich.
Yeah.
It's amazing that cranberry goes with sausage.
I know. I used to not like cranberry sauce, but I like it now. I guess my taste has changed.
I don't like it either.
My first time was when I was pregnant with Melinda, and it's like my great grandmother give it to me, and
Uh-huh.
or my grandmother. She says you should try this. We had Jimmy Dean sausage and cranberries. Ever since then, I love it.
Yeah.
Hello, Courtney.
Well, when I got pregnant with Nathan, I used to never would eat liver, but chicken liver is the only liver I eat. But honey, I love it to death now.
Yeah.
Fried, no other way.
Yeah.
Fried. But yeah, I started eating it when I got pregnant with him.
They make
It's
a lot of
good.
stuff with the turkey anymore for the people that don't eat the pork.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten a stack of recipes so far about that thick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I brought me in some
Did
pork,
that start
pork
bleeding?
sausage the other day, and I just put it in my freezer instead of thawing it because I was going to make myself some patties.
Yeah.
And after I got it in the house, I go, oh, I'll wait till tomorrow. And then it's like still in the freezer.
Doing what I'm doing here, so I'm just gonna wait a while and I'll do that. They put it on.
Oh, okay.
That deep voice in the background there.
Mm. It'll probably be fine.
Uh-huh. Well, I gotta have one on because when I'm having stuff tomorrow, it doesn't show up.
Mm-hmm.
And who was that black actor that died today? I can't even think of his name. Very
Lou Gossett
popular.
Jr.?
Oh,
Yes.
Gossett.
Lou Gossett. Yeah.
Lou Gossett. Yep.
He was such a good
I
actor.
liked him. He
I did
was
too.
very good.
Yep.
Junior don't like chicken liver. Donna can eat it like popcorn.
Yes.
We got one place here, it's called the Golden Skillet, and they cook chicken livers and chicken gizzards. And their gizzards are so tender.
Yes.
And I just don't understand how they get them that tender. I can fry them and they're tough as wet leather.
Mm-hmm.
They must pressure
Mine
fry
too.
them. They must pressure fry them.
Yeah.
I think they do. It's like there's a place in town here. Every day they cook up some, but they don't always sell them.
Uh-huh.
It says, well, call me next time. I want to come up and get some.
Yeah.
But
most of the little gas stations around here cook them. But their gizzards are tough. I mean, Golden Skillet is the only one that I have found that is good.
my brother posted a thing about liver and onions, and he says, yuck. And I says, that's okay. I'll eat your share.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love liver
Now,
and onions.
I don't like any kind of liver. I only like fried chicken livers. The other liver, I can't eat it.
It's like, for as picky as I am, you would not think I would eat liver and onions.
No, I
No.
wouldn't think so.
No.
That's
Hello,
one thing that
Canada.
has thrown everybody off.
Where is Sheila tonight?
Yeah. Oh, she's on her way. No, she's not leaving yet.
No, not
No,
yet.
she was on Mona's live earlier.
Was she?
Yeah, I seen her
Hey,
because
Mona.
I
You
stopped
said
by
Mona's
for a
live
minute
and
on
she
it.
popped up.
Hey, Mona, where's Sheila at tonight? I didn't hear a thing y'all were saying today on that live since I was quilting. That machine was too loud.
Yeah, I seen you
Yeah,
up
we were-
there, and I go, I know she's muted.
Mm.
That was a big quilt, though.
It was huge.
Uh-huh.
That's for a king size bed.
It's
Mhm.
got to be.
I don't think it
Mhm.
was as big as Rhonda's quilt the other night that or the other day that she showed.
Oh, okay.
That thing that Rhonda had, I'm not kidding, 1/4 of it was huge. 1/4 of it.
Huh.
It's like she made a big.
That Women of Influence that I made was a humongous quilt. That's the one the lady charged me $300 to quilt.
Hmm.
Wow.
My biggest is
I
that.
haven't gotten another one quilted, though, because I can't afford that.
Well,
Isn't that the truth?
sometimes I think, Francis, they also see someone coming and think, well, I can do this. Because,
Well, I didn't go by myself. I went with one of my friends that always gets her quilts quilted by her.
yeah,
But
but
it was,
I feel that you got overcharged.
yeah, she didn't do anything special on
Mhm.
it, you know.
Hmm.
Because I figured out what my 120 by 104 would cost
Oh, yes.
if I sent it out, and
I'm
it
gonna
was no
mute
place
you.
near that.
I'm gonna mute myself while he's on the
And
phone.
what would that cost?
You know what?
The 100 when you're talking about, Sandra.
Okay, I'm doing the calculation right
Do the
now.
calculation. Because I always just throw a price out there. I don't even do calculations.
Because that's 12,480 square inches, and a lot
Wow.
of people charge you 3 cents. Which would be $374.40.
Dang.
But my quilt shop is only charging a penny and a half, which is $187.20. But that's now. Francis had hers done a while back.
Yeah, that's been a while.
That's
They was
true.
only charging a penny an inch.
It's probably been 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah. And then, like, I can rent for that times 30. Oh, divide by. It's like I have to go back and
These two big ones that I done, I told them I'd do them for $125 each, and so that's what I got for these two that I just did.
It was either 300 or 350. I can't really remember. It's been so long ago.
Yeah.
On the way up, I can always.
Who do you furnish the backing and the
The batting, no, I had some backing there, and they bought a backing from me from some stuff I had.
okay.
But if I wanted to quilt it myself, it only cost me $52.
I furnished the backing and the batting.
Yeah. See, I have to supply everything too. And then when I rent the quilter, it would only cost me to do my big quilt would have been $52 if I rented hers. But I have my own, and I did mine in 3 sections, and it's like no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to put it back together.
I wished I could just afford to get me just one of those little small quilting machines.
Yeah.
And, do my own quilting, but I really don't have anywhere to put it.
And what did you say you charge, Rita?
For those big ones, 125, and I had the batting and the thread.
You was too low.
Well, but I'm not going to do a bunch of them. I'll do a few, but I won't do a lot of them.
Yeah, it's like you should have. The 125 was fine, but you should have included the price of your batting. You should have added on the batting more.
I said I'm not going to do a bunch of them, but I'll do a few.
And then if she comes back just you'll have to raise the price up a little bit because you said I threw in the batting and I shouldn't be throwing. It's like Sheila has a real good deal with that gal that does hers.
He does.
Charlotte, do you like that? I was thinking one time about a sweet 16, but I don't know.
I have I don't have the sweet. I have the other one, the simple. I have the stand-up 16 from Handy Quilter. That's what mine is, the stand-up.
And you do like one half of your quilt at the time?
I can do 48 inches wide.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just do 48, and then I just plan it to where like 2 of the rows are separate,
Mm-hmm.
the 2 outside rows.
Yeah.
And then I just put a little strip in between them, and then I do quilt as you go to connect the 2. And then I just do that wandering stitch down them, and it looks like, as long as you plan it and it looks like it's all part of the quilt.
Yeah.
But it's like
Charlotte has to drive her quilt.
yeah. And mine is like Rita's, it's just small.
Rita's is big.
I'm big.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have nowhere to put it.
I don't
Right.
do
Something like that.
big quilt. Yeah, I don't do a
Mine
big.
takes 6.5 feet in length, and I think it's 4 feet in width. It's all
Mine is 12 or 14 foot long. It does a big one.
Yes. And see, Charlotte does the hand thing with the quilt because she has the sit down table one.
Yeah.
So she still does like the regular sewing machine, but it's regulated. And then I stand up like Rita.
See, I got to learn how to do that on mine because I can do that on my machine because I've got the wide throat.
Yeah. Well, on the 16, you get a 16 throat space.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the price of the Moxie, and there's what's the Baby Lock has theirs. Is it the Cornet? I forget what the Baby Lock one's called, but they're like between $5,000 and $6,000, and they have a 8-foot bed. They're the simpler ones, and that's not computer. Computer always runs you up some more.
A whole lot more.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I like doing it myself because it doesn't look store-bought. Because those computers, those stitches are perfect.
Yeah,
They're
they are.
perfectly spaced. They're perfectly everything. And we might have a sneeze, a hiccup, or something in ours, but no one sees it.
Nobody sees it.
I can hit one of them thick bumps and make a bobble sometimes. You know, when they put too many layers together.
Yeah.
When a seam and a seam meets under the backing and the top. Yeah. But somebody else has the same thing I have also. I forget who, but someone has the same one I have. And I can buy a bigger table, but I don't have the space.
That's me. I don't have the space.
It's like even this quilt here that I'm making, that's all these different blocks. It'll be 5 rows wide. Well, 3 will be quilted together, and then these other 2, they'll sit side by side on the machine, and I'll quilt them at the same time.
Yeah.
It could be. And it's like, with that one I just made, the yellow and black one, that's 48 inches wide. I take it to the limit.
Excuse me.
And then the bunny rabbit is at 48 inches wide.
And
those quilts are just fine for what I'm doing. And then if I want to make it wider, if I go out to 48 with the blocks, I can do what they call quilt as you go binding. And I can make it 12 inches wider yet.
Hmm.
And then
Okay.
if I want to make it wider than that, I can do quilt as you go another border.
Mhm.
That quilt as you go helps secure because you have to have your batting. Each one calls for a certain amount of space that can be open.
Well, I got all them quilting rulers
Yeah.
that makes the different designs. I
Yeah.
just haven't sat down with myself and made myself practice with them. That's something I need to do.
And Charlotte's saying good night, ladies.
Good night. I'm going to be going
And
good
Kathy
night in a
must
few
be saying
minutes.
good night too.
Good night, Kathy and Charlotte.
It's Washington State, Kathy. You can stay up later.
What is it? 6 o'clock there?
Yeah, it's almost 7.
Almost 7. Okay.
They probably have a movie to watch.
John's watching ball games.
Oh, well, that's it. She probably has a ball game.
Yeah.
That or a movie.
The Sweet 16 is on, and a couple of John's teams are playing tonight.
Well, how did Gonzaga do?
I don't know. I haven't been in there. Were they doing it tonight? Were they
Yeah.
playing tonight? They were playing against State, weren't they?
Yeah, they're. Where are they? Detroit?
I don't know, but they were playing against NC State, right? That one should be over by now.
It's like
If they
I
played
can't hear my
Gonzaga.
news program in the other room. And Kathy
Yeah.
says she's watching the Giants. Here, I'll go see what if because the girls are playing in Portland and the guys are playing, I think, in Detroit.
I'm so tired.
Me too.
I haven't had John to help me today because he's not been able to, so I've had to do the chickens and everything. So,
Step over there in a minute and make the coffee for in the morning before I get sleepy and
forget to do it.
get to do it.
Like Purdue won. It's 68-80. Gonzaga lost.
Be across the room.
And Duke is playing now, right?
I don't know what's playing now. I just did Zag's score real fast.
Uh-huh. I forgot who Duke's playing against.
But that's our local team, so I always check
Yeah.
it out. I know the girls don't start till now. So I'll see if the girls
Duke's
win.
playing tonight.
It's their first time at the Sweet 16.
Duke plays Houston. Duke is playing Houston tonight.
Okay. We have newscasters all over the place. It's like there's some in Texas, some in Portland, some up. It's like because we have too many teams to follow.
Yep, that's what we do here too. They go down where the Blue Jays are. They
Yeah.
follow them all the time.
What did Rita go get some ice cream and left us all behind?
I think she was going to set her coffee pot. She
Okay.
said she was going to go set her coffee pot so she wouldn't forget to do it.
Or she falls asleep.
Yeah,
like
either
I
she
went-
falls.
I went to the grocery store and I was going to get me some vanilla ice cream and forgot.
He told me tonight, make a cake or something. He says, I just want something sweet. I said, you got a whole thing full of candy back there beside your bed.
Yeah. But that's not the same thing as a cake.
I know.
I
I
was
was
going
too
to make
busy.
I was
I
going
was
to
too
make the
busy today
pineapple
to do
angel food.
that.
I still have time to do that. Pineapple angel food cake is what I'll make tonight. And then it'll give me something sweet to eat. Mine isn't going to get my angel food cake's not going to get as tall as Rita's.
Oh, mine get tall.
Yes, yours.
I made 2 yesterday, but nobody wanted one of them. So.
Well, I wanted one, but what good's it do me?
Right, me too.
So I wrapped them up and put them in the freezer. So.
I don't blame you. That way you want it, you take it out and it's ready.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you should have left one out for Sunday.
Well, I could have
Y'all
done
could have
that.
had it for Sunday.
Could have done
And she can
that.
make another one too. She has plenty of eggs.
And I
Yeah.
could have gave it to some of the kids if they'd have been by, but nobody was by, so they just got to put up.
It's like people are going to go to the quilt shop and Rita's going to feed them.
Did you fix your coffee, Rita?
I did. I set the coffee pot.
See, I don't have to worry about doing any of that.
Neither do I.
Me either, because I make mine. I don't even use a coffee pot. I use a pot of water because of what I make. Well, now with John's, I use the Keurig machine, but he don't ever drink it.
No, this because my coffee pot, it's just I just have
Yeah.
to I put this in the sink
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and
That's
just
what I got.
Yeah, I don't have one of those. I'd like to have one of those, but I don't have one of them coffee pots.
They're not all that expensive now. They went down a whole lot at Walmart, but I bought at J.C. Penney's. I bought a little miniature, well, a skinny one to go in the camper,
Okay.
so I wouldn't have to put that big old coffee pot in there. Because now my sister drinks coffee. She definitely drinks coffee, but she drinks enough. She drinks it, make the hair grow on your chest, and so does my brother. When I go down there to visit, I have to fill half mine up with water and half of it up with coffee.
Oh,
I mean, he drinks it so strong, I can't. Oh,
when we go camping, our coffee, my husband's coffee, was made on the fire, and that stuff. He said that would take the hair off your chest, not put it on it.
Uh-huh.
And he'd put
Well,
a dash
I
of
don't
salt.
drink coffee.
I don't drink
You
coffee.
drink what? You don't? Well, I don't usually drink coffee, but
No.
since I got that one recipe from the preacher's wife, I keep that made up, and when I want a cup, I'll fix it. But
I don't like any kind of food that's got coffee in it.
No,
No cake, nothing.
Really?
It's nasty.
those candies that have the coffee, no,
And I have two of my 3 kids drinks coffee.
Mm.
I think
Neither one of mine drink coffee.
one
Yep.
definitely will not go without it. I don't know if she's drinking it right now during if she's even liking it going through the chemotherapy or not.
Yeah.
My youngest
You get a different
daughter that's
taste.
a nurse, she drinks iced coffee.
Now, I love my iced coffee.
I don't like iced coffee.
Now, my grandkids, they do that flavored coffee. No, that my husband called that frou-frou coffee because he says it's not for a man. He says it's made for a girl. And Mary Webb loves the smell of coffee, but not the taste.
I love the smell too. When you
That's
open up a
me.
fresh thing of coffee, it just smells so good.
When it's
I
brewed,
love
it
to
smells
smell it,
good.
Yeah.
but it tastes horrible.
No,
My daughter
No.
said I just need to put a lot of sugar in it.
then it's
I
not
use-
coffee; it's sugar.
I use Truvia in mine.
Uh-huh.
And with mine, you put your, I use the sugar-free French vanilla coffee milk. I use that in it, and I use whipped cream on top. That's the way it's made.
See, Ronnie right now has to stay away from all sugars and carbs.
Well, until you'll get that, sometimes whenever you're going through that, you'll get that metallic taste in your mouth, and nothing tastes right.
Yeah. Well, cancer cells loves carbs and sugar, so they said stay away from. And she says, there's not much to eat that isn't got a carb or a sugar in it.
Yeah, she's right.
And she's so tired of just proteins.
Yeah.
My cup runneth dry. I'll be right back so I don't choke.
She eat broccoli and cauliflower and let's see, blueberries and strawberries. They're all good with low carbs.
But they have sugar in them, and she's supposed to stay
Natural
away from
sugar.
sugar.
They have natural sugar in them.
My husband, when he first was diabetic, he couldn't believe that he couldn't have strawberries. I said, you can have a few, you just can't have a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
But they
moderation.
have less than peaches and apples and things like that. They have less.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of like corn, carrots.
It's all
Those are the wrong, and
And they're
strawberries
full
and
of sugar.
yeah, they're the wrong
Carrots,
sugars.
especially, are full of sugar. But I love me some
Mhm.
candied carrots.
Yes, and it's like, but that angel food cake that Rita took out on her video the other day, I just pictured slices of strawberries on top of it. No Cool Whip. No.
Oh, yes, Cool Whip. Yes,
needed
Cool Whip.
something else. Yeah, it needed something else, but those sugars needed to be with some those strawberries with some sugar or something, make them more juicy. But
Well, even at the strawberries don't have the best flavor yet. They don't have enough sunshine or something on them. I don't know how the ones in Florida are tasting, but they look good.
They're real good. They're good this year.
I watched Susan
We
Munger
had some.
post the pictures of them, and it's like, if I could only taste them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when you go to Florida, you can get some.
Yeah, they'll probably be done by then,
the season will be
When are
over.
you going?
May 1st,
They should still have them around down there.
because they're growing good now,
Yeah, they are.
and
Their
mine
crop comes in before ours does.
doesn't even want to grow right now. The strawberries here, they just look at you like, it's too cold still.
Uh-huh.
We can't plant nothing till after the snowstorm we're gonna have again.
Again? Oh, Carrie.
When's it got? When is it coming in?
Wednesday.
And see,
Oh goodness.
and Wednesday for me, I'm supposed to be 70. And that's unusual because it usually comes past me to go to Carrie.
I said up there, I go, please don't let this stay till April the 29th. I'd be crying on my birthday.
Yeah. I wrote your birthday down. You're written down on my cutting mat here.
Oh, cool.
It says Carrie's birthday right there, April 29th.
Oh, cool.
All right.
It's supposed to be 73 here tomorrow and 76 Sunday and 80 Monday.
I'm going to write it on the other side. It's like, that way I don't wipe it off.
Okay, right now we're at 0 tonight.
So that's 32 here, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yes,
So we're
that
at
is
32 tonight.
32.
Yeah.
And
I wish they took away the C. I like it when I could say the other word.
I'm at 53 right now, but I got to go get me something. I got dry throat today.
So Rita, the computer table I'm gonna put right here. You know what? I could put a USB cord. It's gonna hook up to it, my computer,
Okay.
and that's gonna be enough room for me to do the sewing and cutting. And if I don't want to do sewing, I could do my diamond painting
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a nice table then.
for $89.
Now, are you gonna? Is it gonna be heavy to get up to your apartment? How are you gonna bring it home?
My friend's gonna drive me to go get it,
Okay.
and she has the cart.
There she is.
There she
Hello.
is.
I
We
didn't know
wondered
y'all
where
were
you
on.
were.
We
Yeah.
missed you.
I didn't know you were on.
Well, we
I
wondered.
asked Rita,
we
where's
talked
Sheila?
about you. Yeah, we wondered where you were. So
Well, I was watching Sobeka and I dozed off. Then it was about over. So I've been squaring up half square triangles.
Hello, Northern Willows girl. It was cold where she's at. The snowflakes in Canada. She's in Canada too.
We had snow the other day on Wednesday for 5 minutes. Big
Oh,
white
wow.
flakes, and then
I
it
would
just
just like to
stopped.
have 5 minutes. I would just like to have 5 minutes.
5 minutes. That's it. Bingo. So I've done a lot of sewing today. Whew.
Mm.
I know. I was watching.
Man, I got both my blocks. The two most recent, I got them done. Been working on my half square triangles. I got for the borders of the cup of love. I got 3 of them done, and now I got a whole bunch to square up.
Mm.
But I love that slotted trimmer. That's what I'm using to do it. So,
Everybody got quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Francis, what you working on?
I was cutting out some more squares to sew. I haven't been working on much lately. Today I just been busy in here because John can't do anything. And
Yeah.
anyway,
Does he have a walker?
yeah, he's got a walker. Do you know about his latest fall?
Yeah, I heard that he fell.
Yeah, and fractured his eye socket.
No, I didn't know about
And
that.
it was a compression. That's what it is. Fall on his elbow. He thought he had broke his elbow.
Mm,
Yeah, and his potassium was low, and I think that's why he was so lightheaded and fell. And when
yeah.
he fell he fell twice. When he got up, I helped him up. He walked like 3 steps and fell again. And when he fell
Mm.
again, he fell flat on his face. His nose was pouring blood. His glasses
Some,
was way over here. And
mm.
anyway,
Someone was asking
What
me
did he hit
what
on his
ruler
face?
I'm using.
huh?
Someone asked me what ruler I'm using.
Uh-huh.
Um, Clearly Perfect Slotted Trimmer. It's New Leaf by Carrie Carr,
Let me
but
see.
this is what it looks like. I'm on my phone and I had this little bitty window of me. That's it.
Clearly perfect.
Well, yeah.
That it? Clearly perfect slotted.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I have to figure out how to use that booger.
It's real easy. There's even you can find a YouTube about it, about how to use it.
Uh-huh.
But of course I've got lots of them to do.
Hmm.
Because each little square of those borders that goes all the way around it has 4 half square triangles in each little square.
Oh, okay. I see this now. That's a
Um,
3-inch one, and you cut it right there to cut the little dog tails off.
yeah, where the dotted line is,
Mm-hmm.
that's where your sew line goes.
Yeah.
And then it cuts the dog. You can cut the dog ears on the
Pretty nice.
slots on the sides. So, hi Sandra.
Hello, Sheila. Are you anxious to get ready on your trip to go meet Rita in person?
Yes, but I got lots to do between now and then.
I'm ready too whenever I ever can.
Yeah, I stopped by one of my local quilt shops. I needed some more. I've gone through all of my friction pins, and so I
No.
needed to pick up some of them.
What
Where
is
do you
this
get
lure
them
for?
at?
What is this one for? Here I am asking because I don't know.
I didn't hold it up again.
And it folds.
Wow.
I've never seen that one. I don't know.
What does it say? Any wording on it?
No, Fiskars is all it says.
And there's no groove. It's perfectly flat.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's just a compact way of holding. It's like,
I mean, is it just a ruler? I mean,
Yeah.
No, it's supposed to do something. I don't know what I did with the packaging that was with it. That sounds like me.
when I have questions, I ask YouTube. Hi, Marla.
and Marla's home now.
And Teresa, crazy folding ruler. Never seen one. So
I never saw one either.
not a folding ruler. Never seen one of those hard folding rulers.
I never even saw the one where Sheila had either up here.
Well, I didn't know about that till I seen it on a sewing thing on YouTube one day. And I thought, man, that's a neat tool.
Mm-hmm.
I got that one. But I can't remember. There was a reason that I bought this ruler. There's a reason I bought this ruler, and I don't know why.
It's a,
Maybe,
Maybe
maybe to come to you in the middle of the night.
triangle.
well, it's kind of
Oh,
like mine here. I needed a bigger ruler for travel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
This
neat.
is the 6x24 that folds.
Oh, that's neat.
Because where do you put these big rulers when you
I
travel?
know. I know. I mean, I got umpteen of them.
Yeah.
So
From where I bought all them rulers from that lady. She had a lot of the big rulers.
and this
I'm
is
knocking
just
them
like
all
the big
down.
one, except for easier for travel.
What I
Yeah.
like is a cutting board that folds.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Yeah, I think
Omnigrid.
mine's an OFA one, I think.
I think mine's an Omnigrid. I don't know.
Well, I only take my 13, the one here on my table when I travel. I take the 13. But I slide all the stuff I can in the case of this one with the irons.
Mine
I
is an
make
Omnigrid.
a new sleeve.
And when you open it, it's got a cutting mat and an iron board. This is the
Yeah.
iron board. This is the cutting mat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be handy.
Yeah.
Something that you can keep right by your machine.
Yeah.
Well, it's something you can take and travel to, and you've got your iron board
Yeah.
and you got your, because I used to use this in class. When I don't say class, our sewing group. I used to use it.
I do have a wool mat. You flip it over and it's a cutting board.
Oh, okay. Mine's just a wool mat, but
I always take it to sewing retreats.
I like my wool mat.
Yeah.
I got something else here that I got to figure out what it is.
Marla says Francis that says it's a folding ruler that's for half square triangles.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
But those
I
are
got
big,
this thing, something about putting rulers together.
the big ruler Francis held up though.
Mm-hmm.
That does several. That's a huge half square triangle.
It is.
It makes it to 8 inches, an 8-inch.
It's an 8-inch square, so it's a good travel ruler, but we can
Yeah.
usually find room for 8 inches.
Yeah.
Well, it's really 8.5.
And Pam's here, says hello, ladies.
Hi,
8
Pam.
and a half.
Hi, Pam.
Hey,
Hello, Pam.
It showed it is 8 by 8.
yeah, it's got a little edge on it though. That's another 1/2 of an inch. It just don't say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just on one side, the one whatever. It's got a 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
Shoot, when John told me I could buy some rulers, I went crazy. I bought a 10-inch. I don't know what I bought. I bought a
I've got all
9.5 inch.
Some
I
of them
just
have been
bought rulers.
freebies. Some have been in subscription boxes.
And Pam wants to know how John is. So update everybody again.
He's doing better. He's doing a lot better. And hopefully his eye will heal soon. We don't know. Well, he's got to go to an optometrist to get that checked out.
Darlene, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a ruler that you can iron on.
There is one though. I've seen it.
I've never had anything like that.
And I got this ruler too, and I've
It
never
wasn't me.
used it.
That's a weird looking ruler.
Yeah, let me make you big. We won't look at that one.
I want to look at it too, Francis.
Hold
Oh,
it
I
up,
forget
Frank.
what that is.
What in the jihad is that?
I just seen it too.
Yeah, it you can do. I don't know what all you can do with it. It's let's see,
Oh,
2.5
yes,
inch
I found
strip,
it.
45-inch double strip, and a half square triangle.
Yeah.
It broke in mailing, so John glued it for me and taped it, so it's as good as new.
What I did lose, it's a ruler, but it's not like a quilting ruler.
Uh-huh.
It's more kind of like out of paper.
Uh-huh.
And you can fold the fabric over it, like say a 1/4 inch, and iron on it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Those have been around a long, long time. I forgot about that one. Yeah, it's a hem ruler. Yeah.
That's a half hexagon template from Missouri Star. I got so much
Well,
junk.
I did
This
find
is-
that ruler in
That's
the
a
boxes of
template.
stuff that I'm taking, like for everybody to get what they want.
Yeah.
Retreat. So that's where I found it. Yeah, it's made by Clover.
I got one of them rulers where you can cut strips too, but I ain't never used it. I'm just so used to just cutting my strips myself.
Same here. Mine
Yeah.
sits over there and does nothing.
Uh-huh, mine too.
And everybody swears by them. I cut more strips wrong than I did right.
Yeah.
And then they say, mark it with painter's tape where you're going to cut. It's like, oh, yeah, sure. That's going to help me.
I'm glad I didn't go downtown this weekend.
Yeah.
I got one mat that I don't know what happened to it, but it bowed right there, and I cannot get that bow out of it for nothing.
And Marla's saying she loves the Stripology ruler.
Mm.
Mine's a generic one. Mine's before Stripology came out.
Mine's a
I've never used
Stripology.
a Stripology ruler.
That's what I got, Stripology. Somewhere. I got so much junk. I had just got to get my room straightened out.
Mine's called Shortcut,
Okay.
but it's like the 1 inch holes, the 2. I'd always forget this is where I needed to be. And then the next one, I'd cut it 2 inches.
Hold that one up, okay?
And this is a Stripology is in the order of this.
Yeah.
Every 1/2 inch is a cut.
Y'all, we got to get together and do that thing now. I don't know when we can do it. I want to get that thing done because I promised y'all I would, and it just hurts my feelings that I hadn't did it yet.
And the worst part about this is I'll sit here and play with it like this, and you can snap it.
Oh my.
Or you sit it on something and it's not quite in the right spot. This has been used a lot by other people.
So,
but
Deb,
I cut more wrong lengths.
Deb, what are you talking about using a blow dryer on?
Is it my mat?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what she's talking about.
Well, how would I get it to go flat?
Maybe from the
With
heat.
Maybe warm it up.
Maybe the
Maybe
heat from
warm
the
it up and
hairdryer.
put some heavy books on it or something.
It's a good mat too. It's a Fisker, and I mean, it hasn't been cut on much at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Stripology ruler now has 1/4 inch markings.
Hmm.
But see, I could have just used that
Here's
dang thing
mine. No, no, mine's called a shape cut. It's a June Taylor.
because I just had to cut 19 strips at 2.5 inches wide for this quilt I just made. And I made each strip one at a
wait a
time
minute.
by myself.
That's what I
Yeah.
did.
Oh, and I do have a stripology one too.
Yep.
I didn't know I bought 2 of them things. Yeah, see, I buy things and I forget I got them. That's just me.
Do you have a hard time getting your cutter down in those little strips?
I haven't never used it. I haven't never used it.
Well,
I mean, gee,
mine has a big teardrop up here.
Yeah, mine does too.
So it's really easy to put your cutter right in it
okay.
because the hole is big enough. And then it says it cuts 12 inches. So your material's folded in half when you lay this on and you just lay it on and you cut your strips. But
I've seen people on YouTube do it, and they do it it's so much faster using that.
Yeah.
But I think you just have to get used to using it.
But it's just, I forgot that it was over there and I just cut 19 strips.
Yeah.
And I would forget if I was doing 2 inches, I would probably do 3 inches for the next one.
See, that's what I did. And then, like, being they have that new one out that's 1/4 inches, I do my binding 2 1/4 inches. This was fine when I did binding at 2.5.
Yeah, I did my binding at 2.5.
And I do mine now at 2 1/4. They're trying to convince me to go down to 2, and it's like, no. And
I never could get used to using a Martelli rotary cutter.
I can't do mine either.
It's hard for me to get used to it too. It just, I don't know. It just.
I like mine.
And people just use them all the time.
I got to get used to it. I got to get used to it.
You got to get your hand all the way down and your finger like that, all the way down.
But see, when I use my cutter, I always have my finger on this button anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But the Martelli, I felt like I was going to cut off my own finger.
Yeah.
I tried.
I just love my OFA cutter.
I keep my fingers closed. So I won't cut myself.
But when you have the Martelli, your hand is laying over it.
Yeah.
To push it. And I'm always afraid I'm going to cut this finger off that's down there by itself. Believe me, I tried it. I have
too, and it wasn't cutting where I wanted it to cut. And I'm just like, no. I'm not going to mess with it.
And then they have that other big long thing that you sit your material across and then you just pull that thing down. I don't like that cutter either.
I love mine.
Y'all are talking a foreign language. I don't know
Me
what
too.
you're
I don't know
talking
what
about.
that is.
It's a Fisker's ruler cutter combo.
Huh.
You'll have to look it up.
I have a scrapbooking one.
My daughter gave me one for my birthday last year. Right now it's at church. One of the ladies at church is using it.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time even with the ruler cutting straight. And she got that for me. And
What
it
has
helps
helped me more in cutting straight is to use the Quilter Select ruler because it doesn't move.
Yeah, that's my problem is the moving.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
put those
just
little
like
rubber
this
things
one,
on my ruler.
but it picks up, one of the ends picks up, and you lay your fabric out across it, and you just put your hand on this, press down and pull, and it cuts right across your fabric.
Oh,
But you line it up. This one's for scrapbooking,
I started to say that looks like for crafts, but not
but this
fabric.
is very similar because
Yeah, it is similar.
Yeah.
you pick up your ruler, get all your
Uh-huh.
fabric done, and then you lay it back down. You just put your hand on there and pull.
Just cut. Yeah.
It's just the weight of your hand. Your weight is
Mhm.
what's
Huh.
causing it.
And the ruler part is clear where you can see what you're
Yeah, I
putting
would
your.
think for like crafts, like scrapbooking, things like that.
Yeah, but heck, I didn't. On scrapbooking, we just pick it up.
Yeah, mine's at church, or I'd show y'all, but
Yeah,
I
Mm.
really
this
like
is as
it.
close as I could get. At least we could show
Yeah.
them.
Well,
Yeah.
y'all,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off of here. It's 10:30 and I'm tired. And
All
Trevor's gonna
righty.
be here. Trevor's
Good
gonna be here
night.
early in the morning.
Oh
Uh,
goodness, is his schedule worked out for him to get up early?
well, he got up early this morning because his mama had to take her client to Duke for an appointment at 1. So he was here by 10:30. And I don't know what time she's gonna bring him in the morning. She said she would call me.
Mm.
But she's got an interview for the Cracker Barrel, so that'll be 2 jobs. But I've already told her I just can't do it 7 days a week. I can't do it. I'm not
No.
going to do
Yeah.
it.
No, that's an
And,
awful
and you
lot,
shouldn't have
Francis.
to.
He's got a 16-year-old brother that stays there at the house. That 16-year-old brother can take care of him some.
Yeah.
Yes, he should be able to watch him.
All he does is play games all day. I mean, they don't go to school,
Yeah,
which
Yeah.
I think that's wrong. But
yeah.
anyway,
All
but I
right.
will
Good
talk to
night.
y'all later. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Rita. Love
We'll
y'all.
Bye.
see you
Bye.
Monday night.
Yes, I hope so. I don't think I got anything going. Well, I got a lot going on, but I go get my nerve burned in my left side of my back to see if it'll help my hip. So
Mm.
I do that Monday afternoon. Maybe I'll
Mm.
feel like, if nothing else, just sit and talk.
Mhm.
Okay.
All righty.
All right.
Bye.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody. Love you.
Good night.
Night, Lil.
Military passed out.
Leo's first one in bed tonight.
And I don't have a cover tonight.
Mm.
I figured as long as I had it out, I might as well
Oh,
dust it
she's
off.
awake. She's awake now. She heard her name.
Yeah, you might as well, Sandra. Mine has a little on the end of it. It has a little hole in it, so I hang it on a hook on my wall behind my sewing machine.
This one doesn't have a hook, but these
Oh,
batteries
okay.
have been in here for like 7-8 years, and they still work.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
It has what does it have, a light? What's the batteries for? Oh yeah, and I see it.
yeah, to help you
Mine doesn't
line
have
up
a light.
your fabric edge, I guess.
Hmm.
I don't know. If nothing else, when the power goes out, just light up my cutter.
It's not light. Yeah.
I mean, if the batteries last this long,
Uh-huh.
That'd be
Yeah.
better than a candle.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then it has a chart. Guess you can put rechargeable. There's another plug-in right here. I might have to dig down the box and see what this is for.
Hmm.
Like, and it comes with several different blades. This one
Uh-huh.
I have in right now is just to put a crease so you can fold your Christmas cards better.
Okay.
June said she had her pneumonia shot in her hip today. When I had
No.
mine, I got it in my
Oh,
arm.
No, she got
No.
a shot in her hip and a
and
pneumonia
the
shot.
pneumonia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew I got mine in my arm
I have
when I
to
got
make
it.
I have to make a doctor's appointment. I haven't got my flu shot or my pneumonia shot.
Hmm.
Well, flu shots are more comes out the fallish time.
Yeah, I'm late getting mine.
Oh, okay.
I
I
don't even
usually
know how
get
to
mine
take
in
it.
October.
Maybe I better start getting back to scrapbooking. I'm only behind a few years. 2007 to now.
Uh,
Good night, Pam.
Good night, Pam.
See you later,
Now
Pam.
my daughter used to scrapbook. I never got into that.
Well, scrapbooking can be like quilting. You can see a
Mm-hmm.
design, you can cut
Yep.
the photos to fit that shape. I couldn't tell you how many different quilt patterns I put in scrapbooking photos. I have 53 photos on one page because I did like the tumbling block type thing.
hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
but it's just fun.
Yeah.
I was doing
Yeah,
scrapbook.
she liked it.
I did mine and all 6 of my grandkids. I did their scrapbooks.
Hmm.
So it was like I set up the photos. It was just like the quilt room. You don't clean it up because you'll lose something. But
Yeah.
I
all
know
the
that's
stuff is
right.
hidden behind that one wall.
And when you do clean it up, you're like, oh my gosh, it's like Christmas. Look what I found. Look
I
what
know.
But I used to take it to work with me on Saturdays. I had 4 hours off, and I could take the time, drive the hour home, sit for 2 hours, drive back to go back to work. It's like,
Oh my
no,
goodness.
I just took the stuff to work, got paid for 2 hours of scrapbooking while I sat there.
Hmm.
Instead of drive time, I stayed on the clock for 2 hours and they paid me to scrapbook.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
Rita, you getting very many orders coming in?
I do about every day. I'll get some through email about every day, especially
Yeah.
after I show something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That last I showed, part of it's already sold. Those were cute. That was a cute layer cake.
Yep, it was.
Yeah, that was cute. I've never bought a layer cake. I've always cut my fabric.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I was going to tell you, I went in Joann's here a couple weeks ago, and their layer cakes was $59, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
Wow. Are they trying to
And
get
I
you to
thought,
help with their bankruptcy?
I, I thought, well, Rita's is a lot cheaper.
No, I'm selling mine where y'all can at a better price. I know I am. So
And hers
Yeah,
too is a better quality.
Yeah.
yeah, probably. I've never bought any. Now I have some what are they called? The little long strips. What are those called?
the
Jelly
jelly
roll?
rolls.
Jelly
Jelly
roll.
rolls, yeah. I have some jelly rolls, but I don't have any layer cakes.
I got a few jelly rolls, about 40.
I bet you do. Yeah.
Mm.
Let's see, I don't think I've sent you any jelly rolls though, have I? I've sent you
No, I'm not buying any more jelly rolls.
I don't have. I had one jelly rolls in a mosaic tile, and the other jelly roll is in the jelly roll race.
Sheila, I got a new book just for jelly rolls. You need to.
Did you?
It'll help you use up all those that you
Yeah,
got.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
From now on, if I buy any, I'd rather buy a layer cake than a jelly roll because with a layer cake, you can make it a bigger size or you can make it a jelly roll size.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you can make it the 5-inch charms, or you can make it the
Uh-huh.
jelly roll strips.
But there are some cute patterns out there using those jelly rolls.
Yeah.
Who has the most, Marla or Sheila?
Marla.
See, Marla hasn't started her total retirement yet. It's like she's just starting it, where Sheila's been on it for a while. It's so many people say they buy ahead for when they retire.
Okay.
Marla just retired, so she's got to start using hers.
Mm.
But instead, she made like the bunny quilt.
Okay.
It
Lost
didn't take
Sheila.
jelly rolls.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you went off.
Yeah, we get
My
hit.
phone, I tilted it just a little bit, and then there it went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you got to tilt it back and till it recognizes it.
It's not doing anything.
Yes, I don't like the pink jelly rolls at all.
You ready to go to bed?
What they get?
Okay.
Yeah, and one thing I don't really care for jelly rolls now is the pink edges.
Yeah.
That kind of bothers me.
Yep.
Do you
'Cause they're
include
not-
that in the measurement?
That is part of the measurement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Can
It's
you hear
supposed to
me?
Because I've never
prevent
used
spraying.
these. I have.
Oh, it's
We
supposed
hear
to
you,
help.
Sheila.
Yeah, it's supposed to help you so you don't get these little frizzy things. I would rather have the
Okay.
frizzies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now I thought we were
Max,
here.
are you going
Sheila,
outside?
Sheila, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we can hear
you.
you.
Okay. I'll just
But-
leave it like that.
Because Marla says, no, Sheila has more. I only have about 40.
No, I
didn't
got about
retire.
40.
My husband did, so I stocked up before he retired on fabrics and rulers.
So
Mhm.
y'all have about the same amount.
Well, I retired in 2017, and that's when I started buying stuff.
And she's doing it before, well, had the money.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of people have. They're preparing for retirement.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want this much stuff, but I have it.
Yeah.
But what do you do when your husband makes a shop hop and you're in 12 stores in 3 days? What are you supposed to do? Not buy something?
And I'm bringing 3 jelly rolls to Marla that she bought. They were Lori Holt.
Okay.
Now some of y'all have more than I have. Well, have a lot more than I have in that little store I'm starting.
Well, you got more boats
Now,
than I got.
how much do you have at home, Rita?
Well, I've moved it. It's all up there. And at first,
Okay.
I put some of mine on the shelves, but as more stuff comes in, I've kind of swapped them out. You know.
You're just making the shelf look fuller.
Yeah, I did for a while, but I can kind of move them out now.
Hope you
'Cause I
remember
know you
which is
said you
yours
had a
and you
lot.
don't sell yours.
I do remember which is mine because I didn't have 40s.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know I had that many until I started putting them all in one place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're multiplying.
And we know what those cost, so that's a small fortune. So
It is. It is.
I can say I have 1 layer cake. That's all I've ever had is
And I got
one layer
about that
cake.
many layer cakes too.
I have one because that's how somebody paid me for putting binding on a quilt. They give me a layer cake.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Okay. Now, I like bartering.
Well,
I like doing that as long as it's good bartering.
Yeah.
yeah. See, I didn't get a choice of what color I got. It does
Okay.
have purple in it, but it's got a lot of greens too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I don't even know where. Send one of those right there.
Yeah, when
know
I
it's
do
right
my
there.
craft show, if somebody has something that I want, I'll say, well, why don't I want that? Well, why don't you swap with something of mine?
Uh-huh.
And they'll come pick out a few towels for the same amount of money that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Because I have probably 1,000 towels that's already finished
Oh, come
on the
on,
rack.
Oh,
Marla. Go
Marla, why don't
count
you go
them.
count those layer cakes before I see you?
Please, go count those. Let us know later. She might need more fingers
Yeah.
and toes.
Might take her a while.
Well, I got one small bookcase, and it's got all my jelly rolls and all my layer cakes in it.
And Jane says you're all making me want dessert. I'd rather have some layer cake with chocolate frosting.
Terry started calling those layer cakes fruit cakes.
Well, and then the honey buns and the jelly rolls and
Oh,
well, and then what's the saying? The fat quarter. You can't find it in the kitchen or some dumb thing.
Oh, she's not going to count them. They're all stacked up.
Yeah,
Neat.
yeah. She has.
Well, if
I
they're all
think.
nice and neat, it won't take you long to count them.
Well, if you count
that's true.
in one stack, and then you'd only have to go 10, 20, 30. Or
Yeah.
50,
40,
Yep.
50, 60,
45, 60.
70, 80.
Yeah. Because I know I have one.
Uh.
Well, I was trying to get all my fat quarters down. And then I was gifted that big set and then that smaller set over there. And then everybody keeps sending me a complimentary. When they send me something, they'll send me a fat quarter.
Now she only has 2 honey buns. Now honey buns, are they the little ones? The little
The inch and a half.
Now,
Yeah.
isn't that half of a jelly roll?
It's an inch and a half.
Would you believe I do not have a honey bun?
I accidentally
Don't get
I
one.
don't either.
and I didn't mean
I don't
to
know what.
the big one, so
It's like, yes, Marla. She says she has more than one stack. Do you have a whole dresser full?
yeah.
But I
Okay, ladies, I'm going to get off here.
okay.
My husband wants to go to bed, so I'm going to get off here.
All right.
No.
Good night.
Okay, good night.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Night.
Good night.
I have a bunch of layer cakes because I get them on sale, says Joanna.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Good.
just like quilt shop sell honey buns, or is that just like a back quarter thing, or
Walmart carries them.
I don't see many quilt shops carry the honey buns because they're
probably
more
not,
like a sashing.
they're probably not a good seller, I wouldn't think.
You would have to use them like sashing. Well, then I would want a solid color, but it wouldn't be anything that they would make.
yeah?
Lori Holt and Corey Yoder takes up most of my drawers.
Yeah.
It's a Moda thing. But I was thinking the other day, if I just stacked fabric that I know I purchased, how big of a stack would I have? Because I've been given and given. Because like earlier today, I was telling the cousin, I got a couple yards of purples from Sheila. I got 4 3-yard chunks of purple from Laura, 1 3-yard chunk of purple from Maureen, because Sheila's are right here.
Yeah.
And then her smaller pieces are at ones right here. But it's you sit there and you go through, and it's like I wouldn't have that much fabric if I take just mine.
Yeah.
Now
And
the
Vegas
Vegas
strip?
strips, I bought my first 4 Vegas strips this past week. I hadn't got them yet. They're 6.5 inches wide.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then I got one of those Jolly Bar. I have one that was sent to me. It's a
Hello?
Jolly Bar. There's no chocolate on this either. It's not a good bar. This one's from Fig Tree.
That's
It's
pretty.
Moda. That's a
No.
Moda thing.
Mhm.
For,
Yeah.
But it's a Moda thing for fat quarter shop only. Right?
The Jolly Bar.
I think the Jolly Bar is fat quarter shop only
Yeah, I think it is.
because it's a 5 by 10. It's half of a layer cake.
Yeah.
And it does come with the envelope. The sleeve is ridiculously long. And then I don't know what's in this. Oh, it's a pattern. Which way quilt pattern?
Yeah, I've got a Jolly Bar pattern book.
Hmm.
I'm hearing audio only.
And then they said,
Good night, Deb.
Good night, Deb.
And good night.
but these flying geese are just a bunch of half square triangles.
Marla does not have a Jolly Bar. Can you believe that?
Oh no.
But she could take some of them layer cakes.
Yeah. Out of that drawer and you could make a Jolly Bars.
Yeah. Make one.
But
Well,
I
I'm
didn't
really
find
glad
it.
that I have as much fabrics and notions and rulers that I have now, because trying to buy all that now would be much more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And then that Quilting a Day small flying geese ruler, that was gifted to me. And 6.5-inch triangle square up ruler, Quilting a Day. This was gifted to me. I got so many things that have been gifted to me.
Yeah.
And yes, she has the fat quarter bundle that I'm sewing up.
I've got some fat quarter bundles, but not a whole lot.
Hey. Hey.
Yeah, she has the same Lori Holt one I have.
I have never heard of a Bob Andy pie.
No.
What is that?
I
We
don't
don't
know.
know, Dog will be in what that is.
I don't know.
Okay, nobody's at the door. No, she heard something, and then I went to tell her it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I get bored tomorrow, I'll separate this all by
What I
I
should have done was bought ahead a bunch of stuff before I retired, but I really didn't know I was going to be quilting until COVID came along, you know?
Well,
I had no idea what I was getting into.
You
When
know, I quilted 30 some years ago. And when I started back a few years ago, everything had changed. It was
Yeah.
all different. All this jelly rolls and layer cakes and all these rulers and things. It was all different.
Yeah.
Is it?
It was like relearning almost.
when I started back to quilting more, I said I would make 2 quilts a year. Is what I said. I would make 2 quilts a year. That's why so it must be 24 or 6 years later, because that's why I have 20 in my closet. And then 21, 22, 23, and around the corner, number 24.
She said that pie is an Amish pie recipe.
Amish
Some kind of
cream
cream
pie. Yeah.
And Jane says, isn't it a custard pie with spices?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't eat pie. I eat pie filling, but I don't eat
I
pie.
love to eat pie.
Yeah. 5 ladies down at the grocery store the other day when I was getting angel food cake and pie filling. They asked me what I was going to make. So guess what? 5 more pie filling and cake went out the store.
Cloves and cinnamon.
No, I have not quilted the elephant yet, June.
Hello, Beverly Moffett. I'm trying to tough it out here till the 2 hours or the 10 o'clock. So in case y'all hadn't noticed.
You don't have to if you don't need and want to.
Well,
I was on Mona's live today and I was talking about, I went to our post office and filled out this form to stop my mail while I'm gone, and some packages I know they'll probably get. And she said they did the same thing one time, but she did it online and they didn't stop it. And she went to the post office to tell them about it. And they says, well, we probably didn't see it if you did it online. You really need to come in to do it. So do they not look at things online?
Well, that would be like ordering a
Pizza.
something to eat. Yeah, and they don't look.
Yeah.
How
Okay,
big
out
were
of-
them? They were huge. I've forgotten now, but because I ended up just kind of to make sure the lining was big enough. But
Okay, out of this stack, I purchased this, and this was given to me.
Fish soup, that's cute.
I think that one you were quilting today, Rita, that was on the long arm, that was probably a king size.
It had to be in because it was big, and the one before was just a little bit smaller, but it was still huge too.
One was queen and one was king.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably going to have somebody come check my mailbox once or twice while I'm gone, just to make sure that
I would.
It's
Really, I
in-
would.
and no packages are just to be sure, because I'm going to be gone about 2 weeks. Fish soup, huh?
Yeah, with goldfish crackers.
Yep.
Yeah, I like those goldfish crackers
Those are my favorite.
and tomato soup. They're good.
I just sit here, have a big bag of packet. I just eat the crackers all night as a chip.
Well, I had a cup of soup at lunch. I made a broccoli and cheese soup, but I'm getting really tired.
Oh, I love that. That's the
Good.
broccoli soup's good.
Homemade one.
You guys are gonna make me sick. There, I refolded that one fabric. It was folded wrong.
But look how neat that stack is. Y'all are so neat. I'm just a messy person, I guess.
Well, I fold mine around a 6-inch ruler, so I can tell it when I open up the end. I can go 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, and I know about how much I have. That's why I fold mine around a 6-inch ruler. And
The only time I get someone's mail is if they ask me to, get it while they're gone. I wouldn't go into somebody's mailbox without them knowing it, because isn't that a federal offense?
I think it is. Mess with the mail.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, Sheila.
like in my small town, they wouldn't care who checked whose mail. But if you have a key, like I have a key mailbox, if you have a key, then it's legal that they can get my mail.
Yeah.
But I share my mailbox. My grandson shares my mailbox.
Oh, well, mine's just like the end of my driveway there. It's
Yeah.
with brick all around it.
But I want key lock one.
Yeah, I mean, if they ask you to do that, then they're giving you permission.
Yes.
I thought you were going to do it without their permission. Yeah, if they ask you to.
And Marla's not going to tell anybody how much yardage she's taken to the retreat.
Oh, I've got about several containers full, Marla. They're going to be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gifted. Bought.
Now, I was at the post office one day and they had this sign, like if you have a lock box inside of the post office, if you forget your key, they're not allowed to go get it and give it to you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new thing. If you
Because-
lost it,
because
it's
they-
your problem.
Mm-hmm.
For the domestic thing, like the husband didn't want the wife getting the mail, and then the wife went in there and asked for the mail and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same with the combination. They can tell you what your combination is if you can't get it open, but they can't touch the dial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they can't go around back and pick it up for you anymore. The only thing I hate folding is the wide backs, because they take up a lot of space.
So how do you get your mail if the key's lost?
You have to pay for a whole new
Yeah,
thing, and it's not cheap.
for them to give you another key.
Because all I have is a big mailbox at the end of the driveway too, no lock on it.
No, and I don't have, now my next door neighbors, when I've gotten theirs does have like a key on it where they can, lock it, but
Hmm.
no, anybody can reach in and get my mail.
It's like,
Mhm.
no, I go without checking my mail sometimes. I used to go for days, and I knew it was safe because it was behind a lock.
Have you signed up on that thing where you get an email that shows you what mail you're getting that day? Have you signed
Uh-huh,
up for
I do.
that?
Yeah,
I
I do.
don't have that yet.
Mail delivery or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of neat to see that. Usually it ain't nothing to mess anything, but
I
it's
got something coming tomorrow morning from Amazon.
I have Marla wide backs. I have them too.
I don't have a whole lot of them.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to get this folded so I can fold it on my shelf. But I buy it for my white on white also,
yeah.
because you get for 1 yard of this for $10. It's like 10 some. This was 10.80. I'll buy this and put it in my quilts.
My white, if I get one of those, Sandra,
Yeah,
it's $15.98.
that's not bad. I just bought another 2 yards of another white on white for 10.80. But I keep buying them all with butterflies and things like that. Well, those don't look good in a man's quilt.
Mhm.
Men don't like frou-frou.
No.
My husband would always say, as soon as I fall asleep, I don't see the flowers anymore. So he says, make whatever you want.
Hmm.
There.
Yeah.
I think I figured it out.
I think it'd be more a pain to have your mail locked up because you got to always remember that key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have it downstairs, and I met the postman before I went to get my supper. I had to bring a parcel up.
And then
And
this
then I
is
use the
this
key.
was the scrap of a wide backing. It's just a yard.
I put a lot, just about I'd say 75% of mine is on those comic boards, or I went to a quilt shop and got those, boards and folded them on that.
Oh, Marta's going shopping in the morning.
She's got to go add to her layer cake,
Have,
jelly
have you
roll.
got have you got room to put any more in there?
I was like, I can only buy backing.
But
Or
it's on sale.
Background's the thing we always need the most of.
Yes, that's that, and my backings is what I need the most of.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 2 hours. I hate to
Okay.
Alrighty.
bad news, but Rita's gonna go get ready for
It
bed.
isn't bad news. It just
Time
tells
to
us that we
go,
all
isn't
need
it?
to call it a night.
Yep.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, Sheila. Night, Maria.
See, you're about half asleep, Carrie.
I haven't